Well, I'm doing a little bit of work around the house here. I always forget to document some of these things that I've been doing here because it's night and day from beginning to end where you start on the project and where you end up. But it almost goes unnoticed because there's no documentation of the before and after. I did a little bit of work in here. This is my laundry room. I already put this door in here and all the trim. This is the door for the restroom. It's a freaking mess in here right now, but it's a work in progress. But what I'm doing, I got my wash machine and water heater out over there. I'm building a little closet for the wash machine and water heater to sit in. I'm gonna put shelves in. But I need to redo some of this plumbing here. Whoever did this must have been half blind. It doesn't meet my satisfaction requirements. So, like these valves, I'd like to move them. They're gonna be behind the wash machine, so you're never gonna be able to access them. I'm thinking about moving them down to here. And this wiring coming out of this wiring box, look at this, it's not supposed to be like that. It needs to be in conduit, kind of like this is. So I'm gonna work on that. That goes down into the crawl space. I'm just gonna tighten up these pipes a little bit, make it look a little neater before I start building around it. You're never gonna see that, but I'm gonna know it's there, so. But this is a before and after. I'm gonna do some work with the ceiling here. Yeah. So hopefully it'll look a lot neater in here. I'm gonna put some closet doors. I garbage picked some closet doors here. I'm working in this bedroom right now too, but here's those closet doors. The bifold, 24-inch. It was funny because I was about to buy a pair of those. You know, where they're a couple $100 each. But then I found these in the garbage, so perfect, the exact size that I need. Cleaning up in here a little bit. I moved the bed, it was over there. But I want to paint in here, and I gotta do some work on that window. I want to put a TV here. But this room is on hold for right now. I'm doing this laundry room. So maybe I'll make another video once I get a little further along. All right, it's the next day. I got a little bit of progress done here last night. Started on the plumbing, but what I got done, remember those electrical wires were all wonky here. So I got them running the way they should be through this conduit down the crawl space, labeled. This pipe, you can see how the pipe was before, this blue pipe. You can see where the paint, it comes over on an angle like that, and it's just like, whoever plumbed this didn't do a very good job. But whoever's plumbing it now is doing a great job because you got nice right angles. You got your valves here. This is where the hot water heater is going to be, so these are going to come up. And the hot water heater is going to sit right there. I got to build a little platform to sit on. But I had to stop last night because I need a couple of T-couplings here to connect from the 3/4-inch PEX to the 1/2-inch PEX. But I'm also plumbing in to the outside here. Apparently there used to be a shower. This goes to the outside. You can sort of see the daylight there. There used to be a shower out there for some reason. I don't know why. But there's still these holes here for the plumbing. I thought, well, why the hell not? Might as well plumb it up. You might be able to even put a shower head out there. Take a nice, refreshing outside shower. If that ever... That doesn't really make sense. I don't know why you would take a shower outside, but I was thinking about maybe putting a toilet out there. But anyway, so I got to go to the store. I got to get those T-couplings and then finish this job. And I sweep all this up, and I got to build my little platform here. All right, it's the next day. I got this platform, some progress done on that. I wanted to have a lot of bracing put in on this because the hot water heater is going to sit here. And, you know, it's obviously going to be very heavy. So I need a lot of 2x4s for it to sit on. I'm going to put some planks down, you know, to make it a flat surface. But I think it's going to be strong enough to hold the water heater and the wash machine. And that ought to be all right. It's going to be a quick update here. I still got to finish this plumbing. I ran out of PEX fittings, so I had to go to the store today and get those. But I got what I need, so tomorrow morning I'm probably going to work on that. I got the outdoor shower plumbed in. Hot and cold water. I don't know if I'm going to need that. I don't ever plan on taking a shower outside. I'm thinking about putting like a urinal or a sit-down toilet out there. Taking a shit outside sounds pretty good, especially in the summertime. I don't know. But making some progress, so I'll make another video once I get further along. I'm getting these planks cut out here. Shiplap board. I'm gonna end up screwing them down, either painting them or staining them. I'm probably gonna just paint them. I don't know. I'm not gonna leave them plain though, because you know, wash machine area is prone to be have some moisture, so I'm going to want to treat this wood in some way. I do have some deck sealant. Maybe I would use that. It's not a bad idea, actually. I just thought of that. But another thing, so once I get the boards here, I got to cut out the hole for the drain. That drains the pipe for the furnace. I took it down, but a condensation pipe. And it drains for the wash machine. But also, when I put the water heater back in, I'm going to put a water heater drain pan, which has a little outlet, so you can plumb that to the outdoors. If the water heater leaks in any way, then it just drains outside instead of dripping all over the floor. And it's supposed to be, I guess it's code that you have to put that pan down there if your water heater is on top of wood. And I think it's a good idea anyway, so I'm going to figure out, I need to order the pan, but then I'm going to need to figure out how to plumb that to the outdoors or into here. I might have to drill another hole and then connect it to that down there, so that the connection between the pipes is below the water heater itself, so the water can flow properly. But this is what I'm figuring out right now. But these boards are coming along pretty good. I'm gonna start screwing them down at least up to this point. And yeah, I still gotta hook up this hot water for the shower here, but I got the fitting for that, like I said in the previous video. And yeah, coming along pretty good. All right, sounds good. Here's that outdoor shower. It's in pretty bad shape. You can tell it might have been kind of nice at some point. They built it here for some reason. I still don't know why, but they had the shower head hanging up here. But here I got my plumbing coming out. So if I want to put the shower head back up, at least it'll be functional. I might have to rebuild some of this here, but this would be a cool little spot to have a sit-down toilet, a flush one. You know, plenty of privacy around here. You could do your morning constitution outside, especially in the summer. That'd be real nice. But we'll leave it like this for now. I'm not going to worry about that. So just want to show you that part. Okay, so it's been a few days since that last clip Got the water heater back in. I got these boards down. I ended up painting them with that deck painting. Already got a little bit of scuffs on it, but that's not going to be a big deal. I ended up using this waterproof deck stain, which is probably a pretty good idea because, you know, there's a chance there could be leaks or whatever over time. But it looks pretty good. I put these boards in here and on both sides. That's going to be a guide. The wash machine should fit right in there and it's not going to have any movement back and forth. So that ought to be good. And the drain pan came in. I still don't know where I want this drain to be. The main drain is on the back, but I haven't figured out where I want that drain to be. I mean, if I drilled a hole here and plumbed it down and then connected it underneath in the crawl space, that would be fine. So I got everything wired back in. I'm having an issue though. I think I have a clog on my shower valve here. Maybe a little bit of an issue. I think maybe when I was cutting this on the hot side, on the PEX tubing, some of the dust from the shavings of cutting the PEX with the saw might have got into this old brass valve and clogged it, because when I turn the shower on, it's just a trickle. Everything else, like if you follow the line, that works for the outdoor shower. This works just fine, plenty of pressure. You follow the line up, and there's no pressure on the hot side. Cold side gets plenty of pressure. So, and I unscrewed this, and I turned the water on, and it sprays plenty of pressure. There's a clog here. So I'm going to investigate that tomorrow. I'm not doing that again tonight. But I made progress on this platform at least. It's been a couple days. I don't know if I showed you this in the last video. I got a little light above my circuit board here, which comes in handy when you're doing electrical work. But quick update here. We'll take another look at it in the morning. All right, I got the shower valve out here. Taking a look at it, and sure enough, inside here is a bunch of PEX dust. You can't really see it on camera. I can see it in real life, though. There's a big chunk of plastic PEX in there. And that comes from, it seems like common sense now. I should have thought of this, but when I was cutting all these red tubing, all the dust from inside the lines, you know, from the saw cutting the tubing, ran through the lines and clogged up my shower valve here. But I got it taken apart and I could see the problem. I can clean it out with a Q-tip or something and then it should be fine. So minor roadblock, but we'll get it put back together and hopefully be able to take a shower today. It's been about a week. All right, on to the next one. We only got my shower hooked up. It's running. I got it all unclogged, but we, of course, run into another freaking roadblock here. Made a little bit of a boo-boo with my water heater. When I put the water heater back in, I turned the electricity on before it was full with water, and I completely melted the heating element here. You know, it's one of those mistakes you only make once because you'll remember that next time. Not really an experienced water heater installer here, but it's okay. I got a new heating element. I got two of them, one for the top and one for the bottom. They weren't really expensive. They were like 16 bucks a piece. Hopefully it'll last a long time. It's the heavy duty one that's made for hard water because we do have a well system here. So I'm hoping that once we get these installed, we'll be able to take a little bit of a shower and get back into actually doing some productive work around here. I have to deal with the shower being clogged and now the hot water heater's not working, but tomorrow is another day. Still making progress. Some good news though. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this on camera, but I'm looking in this water heater here, and you can't tell on camera. And it looks almost brand new in there. Again, you can't see it on camera. There's no rust or anything. The coating, the anode rod is totally spent though. I'm gonna see, maybe you can see that in there. I'm gonna have to replace that. Of course, the bolt is rusted shut on the top. I already tried taking it out. I'll have to figure something out. But water heater looks like it's in good shape. So once I get these parts put in, it's draining right now, so I have to wait. But I think the water heater is still in pretty good shape. It should last another long time. I think the serial number says that it was made in 2006, and this video is being recorded in 2024. So I mean, it's pretty old and it's still in good shape on the inside there. So hopefully we get a few more years out of it. All right, it's been a couple days. Hot water heater's working good. Got the wash machine back in. Everything's fitting pretty good. The next step on this project here is I have the wall open because I need to run some pipes through here. What I want to do is I want to take this water filter that's back here. Yeah, can't see. And this is a dumb spot for it. I want to have it like around this area. So I got to run some pipes, but I'm going to run them in the wall. That way they're not intersecting with those pipes down there. And I probably got to go and get some more PEX. But I mean, that's where the thing should be. It's over here, probably just because it's close to the water softener, but it's a dumb spot for it. You know, I'd like to have more shelving here or these nice coat racks or whatever. But, yeah, that water filter. I thought about putting it down in the crawl space, but I'm worried about it freezing down there. I'm just going to run it over here, you know, just get it done. But then I can move on to the next step, which is going to be starting to build my door frames here for my closet doors that I'm going to have on either side of the wash machine. So I can start thinking about that, but I want to move that water filter first. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some more PEX. So, all right, get to it. Okay, so I need to go to the store and get some PEX for this job still to move the water filter, but I'm not doing that today because if I'm going to Home Depot, I'm gonna wait until because I need some wood and stuff too. So I'm gonna put this on the back burner just for a few days, and I'm tearing out this drywall here because I want to put my shiplap boarding in my chair rail here, just like I did on this side. On this wall, all this wood and I have new drywall. This did not look like this when I moved in with nice wood paneling. I love that. But I want to do that in here too. The problem is the drywall that they had up there has this old school like tar paper style wallpaper. And it leaves a residue on the old drywall, so I can't put wallpaper up over that old wallpaper, and I can't just take the wallpaper down. I have to replace the drywall. It's not really a huge deal. It's a little extra work, but drywall is not really expensive, so I'm doing that right now, and then maybe I'll go to the Home Depot and I'll pick up drywall while I'm there. But we're just getting this done while we can right now. And it's going to end up looking nice. It's a lot of fucking dust, though. But I'm using the vacuum and the oscillating tool, which reduces the dust. It just clogs up the vacuum filter like crazy. I really hate drywall. But it's coming along. Here's sort of another example of how I want to do that wood paneling in the laundry room. I did this here with this... I don't have an example of what it looked like before, but with this wood trim around this doorway and the paneling here, and this is drywall with wallpaper on it, and the trim and the shiplap up on the ceiling, I did all that. So I'm gonna have that sort of same look. This paneling here is all new, and it looks good. I have some paneling left, that's why I'm gonna use it in there. And it turns out looking pretty good. And yeah, it's not really that hard to do either. Big improvement. Cool. All right, that paneling is the same stuff I used on the ceiling here. All that wood is new up on the ceiling. And that looks really good. Again, I wish I had documented it before I did it, because it was not, they had like this cardboard shit up there. But now it really has a nice look to it. But I'm going to do that on the ceiling in here too. It's got that drop ceiling, which is nice for running electrical work and heat ducts and whatnot. But yeah, the way they had it with that cardboard up there, the cardboard started like warping. It wasn't really cardboard, it was like a particle board with like a fake wood sticker peel and stick on it. And that doesn't meet my satisfaction standards, as we say. So, yeah. Quick update. I got some new drywall in here. Minimal seams. I was able to make this piece one piece. Just got a seam in the middle, but I got it mudded. I might put another layer of mud on there to get a little smoother before I put wallpaper up. Got a seam here. That's pretty smooth. Still a little wet. Shit. But then I'm going to start doing my panels here. I got to do the same on this side, but I still got to do that water filter. So I'm going to do that side next after I finish this side. But coming along pretty good. Big mess, so I'm going to clean this mess up before I start doing the panels. Found this wallpaper at the thrift store for about $1 a roll. I wasn't going to use it. It's kind of plain, a little too floral. But I ended up using it anyway, putting it up. I'm starting to get pretty good at putting wallpaper up. It looks pretty good. Not a lot of bubbles or anything like that. I'm going to start putting my trim up and then the panels. Making progress. I got to do something with this wall. I don't think I'm going to do the same thing on this wall. I don't know. I might just patch these holes and then paint it. Maybe I'll put wallpaper on these side walls and just paint this one. Because the drywall that's already on there is in rough shape, and you know, if you put wallpaper over that, it's just going to be bumpy. It's not going to look good. That's why I had to replace the drywall on this side in order to have a smooth finish on the drywall or the wallpaper. But if I do wallpaper on these sides, this drywall seems to be a lot newer. So I should be able to get a nice smooth finish on that. I'm hoping I have enough, because I was only able to get, I think it's one full roll, but it came in a couple different smaller used rolls. But yeah, I was gonna do more of a blue or whatever, but you know, sometimes cheaper is better. But yeah, coming along pretty good. Okay, another update. It's been probably another week or so. I got the wallpaper up here, and it's subtle. It's kind of nice. It gives it that vintage look. It's an old house. It should have that sort of look. I could paint the walls gray, just like everybody else is painting their walls nowadays, but that's boring. So, but I got my shiplap in on the bottom here. Of course, this room is a mess. It's a work in progress. But the shiplap's in. Another thing is I patch all these holes. Painted this wall, and I rebuilt this shelf, all this wood on the shelf except for the spindles, which I stripped the paint off of and restained them to match. All the rest of the wood is new. I changed this electrical outlet into a double gang, which is good. The filter, you will notice, is missing because I moved it. Because of the previous video, I mentioned I was going to move it over here into this spot, but I decided that might not be the best idea. I even cut the drywall out, and I was going to make a mount for it to screw into there. But I don't know, I decided that there wasn't going to be enough room there because I want to still be able to hang clothes up. So I took a chance and I moved the filter to the crawl space. I'll show you that now. All right, so by putting the filter down here in the crawl space, I'm taking a little bit of a chance because in the winter, it's possible that it might freeze down here. When I first moved into this house, it was, you know, it's an old house. I had a problem with the pipes freezing. All these pipes down here, they're all the plumbing is in the crawl space, right? And they put this foam insulation down here, but it doesn't do much. I don't think they, you know, look at all that. It's not insulated on the top. It's only insulated on the sides. And it really doesn't do much at all. But when I first moved in, I solved the pipe freezing problem by adding heat tape and insulation on all the pipes. Or at least the water pipes. You got the heat tape here. So I haven't really had a problem with the pipes freezing for the past 2 winters. Except I did have a P-trap on the bathtub that froze this winter. But everything else that problem has been solved. I think that if I wrap some heat tape around here and I maybe put an insulated jacket around it, then we won't have a problem with that freezing. And it's out of the way, the filter. And if I have a problem with it, I'll just move it back up to where I was going to move it by the water heater. All right. Okay, so I guess the next thing I'm going to do here, just a quick thing, is I'm going to move this dresser back. And I have doors for these cabinets too that I just got to strip the paint off and then restain. And that should fit pretty good. I still gotta stain this. This is all new wood. This is what it looked like, and I had this nice cognac wood stain that I love. I've been using it all over the place. It's really dark. But it's the same stain I used on the ceiling in here. Speaking of the ceiling, I'm gonna do just like I did in here. I'm gonna also do that in this room. And in the bathroom, but we're not even thinking about the bathroom right now. That right there, that metal thing, that's the heater vent that comes from the furnace, which is in the attic. I'm going to route that to have a duct coming out of this little rectangular spot here. So that's what I'm going to focus on next. Once I get this room cleaned up again, then that's what we're going to do. So see you in the next one.